Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the DJ Daze podcast. Everyone snaps. 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 I know it's been 2 months since the last upload. And I would like to say, I keep looking at the viewfinder. I would like to say, I'm so sorry. Hey, I'm so sorry. I have not had the motivation to record an episode, but we're here now, and that's all that matters. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about one of my hyperfixations of the moment, okay? If you saw the title and you know what I'm referencing to, then I love you so much. This episode is going to be about clipping, and baby, I am not talking about audio. I am talking about the hip-hop group, okay? So, I'm just going to give a rundown of clipping. We're just going to get into it. So, as taken from their Wikipedia, Clipping is an experimental rap group from Los Angeles, California. The group consists of William Hudson and Jonathan Snipes as their producers, and David Diggs, which you may know from Hamilton or Snowpiercer, as the frontman. Okay, he's the rapper. He'd be the one that's spitting. Okay? Let me tell you, on this road trip that I took to California, when I was coming back, I listened finally to their new album, Dead Channel Sky, which if you have not heard, please go listen to. And their sister albums, There Existed an Addiction to Blood and Visions of Bodies Being Burned. My God. I forgot how much I like clipping because I have not listened to them in like a fat minute. And so they released Dead Channel Sky. I listened to Dead Channel Sky. I was absolutely obsessed. Realized that I had not listened to There Existed an Addiction to Blood and Visions of Bodies Being Burned. I listened to those and oh my God, heavenly. But we're just gonna dive right into it. I'm not gonna waste your time. And we're just gonna talk about it, okay? So there is one release of theirs, technically two, that I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about Mid City because I have not listened to Mid City, and I'm not talking about Face because Face is like a maxi single, and so I wouldn't count that as a release. Even though Face is a really good song, it's not like a release, okay? So whatever. We're going to talk about, I think, arguably, probably my favorite album for clipping, if not number 2. It's their self-titled album. Technically, it's their self-titled. It's technically titled CLPPNG instead of, like, clipping with the period at the end. But I'm going to call it their self-titled album. So, their self-titled album came out in 2014. It was released on Sub Pop Records, and this was after they had created a little bit of noise in the hip-hop community because they had made Mid-City. They'd made their mixtape Mid-City, and they released it independently, and they were doing something that was kind of different. If you listen to clipping after this episode, you may hear clipping as kind of like a Death Grips type of vibe, but it was different, especially at the time. So they had caught the attention of Sub Pop, which low-key some of your faves are signed to. And they got signed to them, released their self-titled album. There are so many good songs, and I'm only talking about like 3 on every album. Like I'm only talking about like 3 songs in specific, but it was really hard to pick 3 for this self-titled album. It was really hard, but I picked 3 regardless. So the first one I'm going to talk about is called Tonight. Okay, Tonight is featuring Gangsta Boo from 3 6 Mafia, R.I.P. And Tonight is like, I'm going to say this about a different song too that will come up later, but Tonight is, I knew that was going to happen. Tonight is like the antithesis of a club anthem, but it's about a club. Like it's about clubbing, and it low-key is like a hype song, but the instrumental does not give that. But, like, David Diggs, he opens it, right? And he's like, turn then a motherfucker. But that hoe shot because you want to cuff her. Like, it's very much, like, dancey and not so much, like, crazy rapping. Like, we'll get into a little bit later on some of the other songs that I'm going to talk about on the other albums. But Tonight, I think, is one of the best produced songs on clipping on the self-titled record. But 2, I also think it is the most fun chorus. Sorry for the random cut. My mother came in. Anyways, I think it's one of the most fun choruses that they have. Because it's literally just like so simple of just like this like played on this synth, and that's it. It's that, and it's David Diggs singing like, "It's the last song of the night. Don't forget to tip the bartender. You got fucked up, that's alright. That ain't the only thing he came to do. 'Cause his bad ones all around." Like, he's just like low-key yelling. He's low-key yelling. But it's just such a fun song. And Gangsta Boo's verse is also really fun. Like, she comes in on the second verse, and she's just like, "I'm drunker than I ever been, higher than I've ever been," and it's just like so fun. And so tonight I think is one of the more like, if someone were to be like, "Oh, give me recommendations for clipping," I think tonight would be one of the songs I would recommend because it is one of the more chiller songs. The next one we're gonna talk about off the subtitle album is called "Get Up." "Get Up" is so insane. It's David Diggs rapping over an alarm clock. I'm going to look at you in the eyes this time when I say it. It's David Diggs rapping over an alarm clock. No, I'm not joking. It seriously is him. It's a game don't wait. Heavy. Wait. It's heavy, but it's time to grind. Motherfucker can't be late. Like, he literally is just rapping over an alarm clock. And the only time that it like changes is on the chorus, where the pitch of the alarm clock will change because there's a singer on the chorus rather than just like a rapper. And then like it kind of grows at the end too, like kind of strings come in and stuff. But other than that, it's just the alarm clock the whole time David is rapping. And I just want to know, there might be an interview out there. Maybe I'll have to look it up. But like, I just want to know, like, what possessed David to be like, you know what? He walks in the studio. Him, William, John walk in the studio. And David's like, "You know, I woke up today and I sort of just spit some bars over my alarm clock. So I think let's do that." Like, what? Huh? What? Go listen to Get Up. go listen to Get Up. Every song that I'm talking about, go listen to. But specifically, go listen to Get Up, because I'm not just to prove I'm not lying to you. This man is really rapping over an alarm clock, and I promise you that. I'm gonna tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. This man is really rapping over an alarm clock. Okay. The next song, which I think is one of the best songs that Clipping has produced, but I think it is one of the most musically interesting songs I've ever listened to. Ever. It's called Story 2. And the way that Story 2 is produced is it starts in 3/8. Yeah, technically 3/8. And then it goes to 4/8, then 5/8, then 6/8, then 7/8, then 8/8. And then it goes into triplets, and then it runs that all back. Right? So it starts here. And then David, "Godsmack is how the wind feels on the face of Mike Winfield on his way home from the bar where he works nights, the worst nights. Don't nobody tip right. And between the marriage offers and the fist fights. And if another motherfucker touches his wrist, try to pull him in a whisper. He ain't making it to midnight. Don't they know he got a lighter in his pocket, a matchbook, and a sock, and a block full of char skeletons, closet, a bigger to get out. He paused because he's scared and airing out the thoughts." And you can hear it too, like in his rap. Like, you can hear him emphasis. Every like beginning beat, if he hits it, he'll emphasize it. And it's just so interesting, especially in like the triplets. Like, once he gets to the triplets, because it's just like, oh god, how does that part go? Like, he hits everyone. "Where was the babysitter that he overpays? Body takes over and brain becomes itch engaged. Michael is running his house is 3 blocks away. Adrenaline compensating for changing age since the last time that he ran it. Goddamn it, Mike knows he gotta get home fast as he can." Like, he hits everyone, and it's just like, it's so crazy, but it's like, it's odd to listen to at first, because that is just like an odd like thing. But like, once it goes, and once you get into it, it's like, oh, where had he seen that car before? Like, it's just like, so, I don't know. Like, I've just never heard a song that's not like a band piece produced like that. And like, having a song constantly changing time signatures, but also having a rapper on it a rapper's whole thing, you're on the beat. You on the beat, baby. You know what I mean? Like that's, you're not singing. So let me pull out these like rhythms, you know what I mean? And I guess that's not the case for every rapper, but like for David specifically, like he's just you don't I don't know how to explain it. It's just insane. Um, those are the things that I decided to talk about for the self-titled album. The self-titled album was great though. It's like almost an hour long. There's a lot of electronicness in it. An honorable mention is Body and Blood, one of my faves from that album as well. But I just feel like there wasn't enough for me to yap about for Body and Blood, so I didn't talk about Body and Blood. Next is the Wriggle EP. This is the first thing that I listened to from Clipping. Because I had seen, I don't know why I saw it, but I saw the music video for Shooter, which is on the Wriggle EP, and then I went and listened to the EP, and I was like, and my life was changed forever. Okay. So I think let's talk about Shooter first, since that was the first song I ever heard from Clipping. Shooter is very interesting again in production. I think Clipping is in my music taste, they are one of the more interesting things to listen to because they do very out of the box stuff, right? So like with Shooter, the whole instrumental, besides like the 808s in the back of like the bum 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 bum, despite that, the beat, the like percussion of it is made up of gun noises, a gun reloading, a gun shooting, like a gun like cocking back, like it's literally just made of gun noises. And David is just over it. Don't move nothing. Statue. Shoot about to go nuts. Cashew. Need cash off the books. Past due. Like, Shooter, in terms of, like, David's rapping, is so calm. It's one of the more calmer Clipping songs where he's just very, like, wallet of your life. Choose one. Come up off the lettuce. Crouton. You be sleeping on the shooters. Futon. Like, he's just so calm in the song, and I think it's so interesting. But also, like, girl, you're rapping over gunshots. What are we doing? Like, Clipping is so insane. So insane. To go a track back on the Wriggle EP intro. So I should have said this earlier. Every Clipping release has an intro. And self-titled is really good too. It's just like this high-pitched noise, and that's it. There's no beat. And David is just like, ghost on the avenue talking to themselves. Somebody be telling them dreams again, breathe again, the breeze is full of trees again. But on Wriggle, it's literally just like if David like pulled out his iPhone, turned on his voice memos, and was just like, as he was walking outside, was just rapping. Like, you can literally hear like background noise. You can hear like wind and like a car coming by, and there's like a police siren. Like, he literally was just outside rapping this. And of course, every intro has to end with "It's Clippin', bitch," and then like just like this wall of noise to end it. What's next on the EP after Shooter? I think it's Wriggle. I think it's the title track. I think. Oh no, after Shooter, it's Backup, which Backup has had 2 iterations of it. So when the original EP came out in 2015, 2016 maybe. I can't remember who the rapper's name was, and I can't remember the rapper's name who replaced him. But there was initially an original rapper on the original EP, and he got replaced when Clipping re-released Wriggle with Wriggle Extended, and they had put like remixes on there, and they had called it Backup 2021. But I believe the original guy's verse had to be replaced because I think he like, trigger warning, I think he like sexually assaulted someone. I don't know. He like is like, he did some crazy shit. And so he got replaced. But Backup is, I think, kind of one of the duds for me on the EP. On my agenda, because I have a layout. On my agenda, it just says EP as a whole, because there's literally 5 songs. I don't know. Backup's kind of a dud for me. I like the chorus. The chorus is really fun. Because the chorus is just, he tried to beat down, well, he probably could, but that bitch just a little too Hollywood. Took about a pan on the Carter for the party good, and everybody in the place that shot him where he said, step off, back up, 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 shh, back up, 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 back up. And that's it. That's the whole chorus. And the chorus is really fun. But I don't know. Backup's kind of a dead for me. I hated the original verse. I hate the replacement verse. I hate the other rapper's verse. I only like David's verse, unfortunately. Um, yeah, and that's that on that. The track after that, after Backup, is, I believe it's now the title track. It's Wriggle. Wriggle is really fun. David is just like fucking like chopping it up on that song. Like it starts and the beat's just like dum 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 dum, like that's the whole beat. And then David is just drop it down when I hit the blood, a milligram in the eyeball, good enough. Gotta love a dough, don't hurt no more. But the problem is too vertigo, get low. Let it penetrate a little bit of pain, never hurt nobody, but it work your body better than the last motherfucker wasn't nobody, but it left a lot of food on the floor. No, sorry, don't move. Get slapped. Can't run. Bring it back. Tighten up. Stay strapped. Make it red. Make it clamp that mouth shut. Bounce, boy, rip for your girl, scream for your life, bad for a minute. Like, just ripping on that song. And it is a little freaky. It is a little freaky. Like in the second verse, it literally starts with, "Is it tight enough? Is it wet enough? Got the Novocaine? Is it dead enough?" What? What are we talking about? And the third verse starts. How does the third verse start? Oh, the third verse starts. Slide to the left like it's lube on the floor. Clipping is insane. But Wriggle is really fun. Again, like I don't want to keep saying the same things, but again, like clipping is just so interesting in their production, and Wriggle is another, I think, like testament to that. Um, it's just a sample used so well, noise used so well, like whatever. After that, it's Hot Fuck No Love, I think. Um, which I don't want to say it's a dud, but I kind of don't remember it. I probably should have re-listened to the EP before I made this, and the next album that we're gonna talk about. I probably should have re-listened to Wriggle. Um, but Hot Fuck No Love is just kind of about, it's like about a hookup with this really kinky woman. And yeah, Daveed Diggs was low-key in his freak era for this EP. Um, and then after that is Our Time, and Our Time's really beautiful. I believe the singer on Our Time, this is me purely going off of my horrible memory, and I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, I'm so sorry. But I believe the singer that's on Our Time is the same singer that did the chorus for Get Up. And that woman's voice is so heavenly. And again, I don't remember a lot of Our Time. Again, I haven't listened to the EP in a couple of months, and I probably should have done that before I made this episode. But guess what? We're here now. I'm 18 minutes in. It's too late. It's too late. Okay. Now next is Splendor and Misery. I'm not gonna take a lot of time on Splendor and Misery. I listen to Splendor and Misery. I think it's probably my least favorite Clipping album, just because it's really I'll explain to you the plot of the album, because Splendor and Misery is a narrative album. So I'm going to explain to you the plot. And the production and the songs are really crazy, and that's partially the reason why I don't listen to it that often, why it's my least favorite. But also, let me tell you the plot of it. TLDR of the album is basically, it's from the perspective of this astronaut that got put onto this slave ship, and the ship falls in love with him. Let me say it again for the people in the back, and I'm going to whisper it. The ship that the astronaut is on falls in love with the astronaut. What? I'm sorry. Huh? So yeah, I don't really listen to Splendor and Misery. I probably should revisit it, honestly, because I think I've listened to it. I listened to it one time months ago. And I have not revisited. I could not tell you how a single song off that album goes. I'm being dead serious. So maybe I should revisit that. But next up is There Existed an Addiction to Blood. I love this album. I think this is my most favorite Clipping album, if not my second. I think Self-Titled and There Existed an Addiction to Blood kind of flip-flop. But There Existed an Addiction to Blood is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. First of all, it opens with an intro, but the first track is Nothing Is Safe. And it's this very much like John Carpenter, like Halloween inspired, like Halloween soundtrack inspired song. And it's this story about this like trap house getting raided. And so everybody in the house is like, "Oh, we're safe, we're good. Ain't nothing gonna happen to us." And then somebody shoots into the house, and they're like, "Wait, what's happening?" And then police break in, some people run out, someone dies. And basically it's like not like the moral of the story, but like the point of the song is, oh, well, all this is happening and you didn't know that you summoned this, but now it's coming and it's here to prove to you that nothing is safe. And like that's literally how the chorus goes. The first chorus goes, didn't know they summoned what was coming, but it's creeping on a come up and it's right up in your face. Face it, let it resonate up in your bone a minute. When you shiver, make a sliver big enough for it to have a space. Ripped life slipping away, maybe you can make it out with just a little bit of grace. But it truly doesn't give a fuck about the fear you're feeling. It is here to make you understand that nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is safe. Nothing to pray for. Nothing is safe. Nothing is. Nothing is. And that's the chorus. And it changes as the story kind of progresses to like have it change. Like the last one is, instead of didn't know they summoned what was coming, but it's creeping on a come up and it's right up in your face. The last chorus is, long ago they summoned what was coming and it's creeping on a come up and it's right up in your face. And so it's this really cool like story. Daveed Diggs is such an insane storyteller, and clipping is such a testament to that. Of like, that man can tell a story in like the way that he paints it. And I think the other songs that I'm going to talk about from There Exists an Addiction to Blood paints that a lot. Like There Exists an Addiction to Blood and Visions of Bodies Being Burned are such, not so much narrative albums of like Splendor and Misery is, where Splendor and Misery literally is like the story is throughout the whole album, but the sister albums Addiction to Blood and Bodies Being Burned are kind of like narrative albums, but they're like, each song is like world building. It's like giving you little glimpses of like what this universe is, rather than like one cohesive, here's the story, you know what I mean? Here's the exposition, here's the rising action, here's the climax, here's the falling action, here's the resolution. You know what I mean? And so yeah. And so the next song we have is Club Down. And this is the other song that I was talking about when I was talking about Tonight, where it's like anti like club anthem. So Club Down is again like antithesis of a club anthem, where it opens just noise. Just crazy. And again, it's another story song, and Daveed just starts it with turn the lights off, they done shut the club down, shut the club down, shut the club down, turn the lights off, they done shut the club down. And it's this story of like, someone has caused tragedy. There's been like a shooting at this club and people are dead. It's like, it's no longer fun. It was originally fun, but it's no longer fun. And how are we going to put a stop to this? Well, you can't, because people have been so ingrained with this like gangster culture, right? Like that's literally one of the parts in the song. Daveed sings, it's the city and you only see one, and it all comes down to the barrel of a gun. Hold on, let me cut and like pull up the actual lyrics, because it's low-key kind of vital to what the fuck I'm about to say afterwards. And if it's not the correct lyrics, then I'm gonna look dumb as hell. Oh, I already have them up. Okay, cool. So he says, it's the city and you only see one, and it all looked pretty when it all begun, but the shit has got to balance on the barrel of a gun. All the money in the world ain't gonna stop none of that gangsta shit. that gangsta shit. The whole world loving that gangsta shit. Can't change the shit. It's dangerous, but it really ain't nothing to a gangster. Got the 20s and the 50s wrapped up under all the ones. 2 for 20, 5 for 50, you can move a couple tons. You can put it in the blood or you can put it in the lungs. But whatever you cough up, remember that it all begun with that gangsta shit. That gangsta shit. The whole world loving that gangsta shit. Can't change the shit. It's dangerous, but it really ain't nothing to a gangster. And so it literally is just this thing of like, everybody was out partying. Now there's a shooting at this club, and people want to stop it. How do we stop this violence? How do we stop this violence? You can't. You are the reason for it. Everybody is in love with this gangster culture. Da, 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 da. And look where it got us. And I think that's so crazy. And like there's no beat. There's no beat on this song. And so it's just David, now that I have the lyrics, it's just David just like spitting. And again, no beat. Like he does kind of keep a tempo, but like the verse starts, the schoolyard reeks of sewage, broken pipes, broken promise, the thin man staggers lucid for this time of night, giant vomit dangles from the beard, step, mumble, shuffle, trip, but the trajectory is clear, he's headed for the covered steps, tut, it looks like rain, he remembers A.A. Mill each time the sky's this kind of gray, that or his favorite film, Gene Kelly leaping telecolor through the fray and feeling glorious, the story is an allegory for his days but night is coming now. Like there's no consistent beat, it's just like going through and like making it this whole thing. My camera's gonna die. Fuck, I knew this was gonna happen. Hold on, I will be right back. Okay, if there's a quality change, which I think it's gonna be like drastically different. Wait, let me move my camera. I hope you're not watching the video version because you're gonna see me struggle. But like, if you're watching this and you see a quality change, it's because I had to switch to my iPhone. God, this looks so much better. Oh no, I might have to start filming on the iPhone. Okay, whatever. But like, there's no beat. There's no beat to Club Down. It's just David just like ripping through it and just telling you what it is, giving you what it is, giving the girls what it is. Like it's God. Like you listen to it and like it's hey, it's a tad unbearable. Okay, he's no beat. He's just kind of rapping, but like. Oh my God, like again, like the pictures that David can paint is just so like, oh my God, it's detailed, it's gaggy, like it's just so it's I should not say it's gaggy to a fucking clipping song, but like it is, like it's just so crazy, like just the way he could just paint. I'm a David Dig stick writer. Can you tell? Can you tell? Is it obvious? Okay. The next song is going to be The Show. Okay. It's one of my favorites. And it's another story. So this song is about, if you guys know the urban legend of a red room, I think you divas on here will know. But if you don't know what a red room is like an urban legend from the deep web or the dark web. Where, and these aren't actual things, but it was an urban legend when like it was like cool and mysterious to go on the dark web, and then people figured out you just have to download a browser and enter a certain extension at the end, and they're just like, oh, it's not that cool anymore. But it was like an urban legend that on the dark web there were these red rooms where you could pay to enter these red rooms. They're like live streams. And watch someone be tortured. Dead ass. And so the show in question is the Red Room, right? So I'm just gonna read you some of the lyrics up until the first chorus. And so David says, see how the bone exposed, nice blood bouquet, trace of marrow. Fuck boy trying to hold his nose, let it drip. One sip, taste his halo. Say, bro, why's your skin on the flow? Where's your hair? It's nothing but follicles. That's called a close shave, don't y'all suppose? Trail of toenails left through the snow, but he should know. He fucked with the wrong one. Sawed off shoulder, fuck the shotgun. Can't afford talk. Cat got his tongue, and she might get his lips next just for fun. That's one thing. Let me point that out. He says she might get his lips next just for fun. In a lot of clipping songs, a lot of the aggressors, a lot of the killers and the stabbers and the robbers, they're women. Like Body and Blood is about like a dominatrix who's also a serial killer. It's so cool. I think David doing that is just so sick. Anyways, let's continue. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is happening. The universe does not want me to film this. Like, I just got a call, and it stopped my video. I don't even know where I was. I think I was at the Blessed Refreshment when his Brett's barely there. I think that's where I was. So yeah, the Blessed Refreshment was Brett's barely there to blast his slash face with fresh compressed air and press his chest just to keep his heart beating. Open your eyes, bitch. You've got to see this. Don't know which body part should go. First, spin the wheel, vertigo. It's an art you partake in, and just know you all paid to watch. Let's start the show. Come out. Sit your ass down. Don't blink. Don't make a sound. Just look. It's okay to cry. You live your best life when you watch them die. Oh my god. Clipping is like, I think you could technically categorize them as like horrorcore, which is kind of stupid and kind of dumb, and I kind of hate that. But like, you could classify them as horrorcore, and don't mind that mess right there, by the way. And I know you're looking at it, and I know that's what you were looking at. But like, again, like it's the painting of the story for me. Like when I was listening to this, it was dark outside. Okay, it was scary. It was real scary outside when I was listening to this when I was coming back from California. Okay, but the just immediate of see how the bone exposed, nice blood bouquet, trace of marrow. And then, say, bro, why's your skin on the flow? Where's your hair? It's nothing but follicles. That's called a close shave, don't y'all suppose? Trail of toenails lift through the snow. Oh my god. Like the vivid imagery is crazy. Like, David Diggs, again, props to you, David. Such a crazy, like, storyteller. And could just paint these just beautiful pictures. Like, it's scary how well this man can write. Like, bro, it's not funny. It's so not funny. And it's Jover. It's Jover. But, like, again, like, this is really just, like, me glazing clipping this whole episode, by the way. If you can't tell. But, like, again, like, David, and I don't want to also, like, keep giving the credit to David. Like, Jonathan and William are such good producers. Like, William Hudson, Jonathan Snipes, both such good fucking producers. Like, again, if you go and listen to any of these songs that I talk about, which please, I implore you to, just the production quality, the out of the box thinking, like, and this may be me, like, as a normie, right? Because I listen to a lot of music where a lot of it has, like, a formula, right? Not so much of, like, oh, I only listen to pop music, but a lot of the songs that I listen to, it's not crazy experimental. And so to listen to a group like Clipping, who I do genuinely love because I am a rap fan, just have this insane, like, just, like, production, like, art to them is crazy. And I don't know. I just feel like I'm going to keep talking in circles, but it's worth it. An honorable mention that I do have from There Exists an Addiction to Blood is Blood of the Thing, which is kind of like this album's title track. It samples I want to say a hymn or some type of gospel thing. But in the song that they sample, the guy sings, "There existed an addiction to blood," and that gets repeated throughout the whole song. And so, like, it's like, there existed an addiction to blood, 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 boom, 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 boom. Like, and like, David will rap on the chorus, and he, down and look back, blood on the ground, watch this, they still shooting, and like the sample of the blood is playing in the background to like make the beat. It's so sick. But that's honorable mention because that's like that album's title track. And to talk about the next album's title track, Visions of Bodies Being Burned, we have Say the Name, the opener of the album. Again, looking past the intro, the opener of the album. And Say the Name starts with a Ghetto Boys sample, I think. I think it's a Ghetto Boys sample, but it's not actually a Ghetto Boys sample. Actually, because I think like they couldn't get the sample cleared, or there would have been some weird like legality issue of trying to get it cleared or something. And so it's a lyric from a Ghetto Boys song, but it's rapped by David, edited, and then put it into the song. And so the part is candlesticks in the dark, visions of bodies being burned. Visions of bodies being burned. Say the Name, great song. It's about police brutality in the U.S., I believe. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on it. But from what I took from the song, it's very much about police brutality. And it serves as like a great opener into this album coming off of the intro. And just going into it, like, it's just, oh my god. Gross. It's gross. The next song I'm going to talk about is called Check the Lock. Check the Lock is a really a fun song. It's made with just like warehouse noises and like banging metal in a warehouse. Again, Clipping's production, insane. But it's about this, again, the way I take it, it's about this like former like gang leader who has kind of made it out. He's now living a more like luxurious lifestyle, a more nice lifestyle, but he's a little paranoid because like, what if former members run up on him and kill him? And so the first verse is, Hood used to check for him when he pull up flexing. Now he check under the hood before he start his engine. Came out the stash house, something didn't smell right. He on the ground trying to look up in the tailpipe. Mighty fall for a mighty man. Had a manicure, now it's dirt and oil on his hands. Staying low as he jumps to the car door. Glad it's just a short trip to the condo. No signal. Head on a swivel. Head on the center console with the pistol. Tinted black. Got the window right. Always shoot the gap at the yellow light. Bag of little yellow pills for the nerves. What makes it even worse when the Xannies don't work. Any panic, ears ringing. When you call it, he can hear you every 7 seconds. Eyes up, back up in the rear view. I fucked up that rhythm. It's okay. And then the chorus is, something in this room didn't used to be. Gin bottle to the face, can't fool a G. Laughing at him, he ain't ever scared though. But he checked the lock every time he walked by the door. Check the lock every time he walked by the door. What? Check the lock every time he walked by the door. He run the motherfucking city, yeah, they know, but he checked the lock every time he walked by the door. And so it's very much of like this gang leader of like, okay, but what if I get sabotaged, you know? Of just like this constant paranoia. And it's another narrative one. This one doesn't strike me as hard in like the narrative aspect as it does the what's the word I'm looking for? The production. The production is literally just warehouse noises. It's just warehouse. It's William Hudson and Jonathan Snipes went into a warehouse and just started banging fucking metal around, and they were like, "Let's make this as the beat." Like it's crazy. It's insane. Can you tell I'm starting to get tired of talking? Where I just kind of start to wrap up the songs better? Okay, yeah, cool. The next song is Enlacing. It's the second to last track on the album. And when I first heard it, I thought it was covering a Sleep Token song. And for any of you Sleep Tokeners out there, you go listen to the first several seconds of Enlacing and tell me that doesn't fucking sound like a Sleep Token song. It's not. It's not. It's some random like spiritual manifestation song called, as well as it's called Enlacing. But it sounds like, what's the front guy's name? Vessel? It sounds like him. It sounds like him singing. And I in my heart of hearts believed that it was him singing. And when I looked up what the sample was and it wasn't a Sleep Token song, I was so confused because it sounds like him. So any of you sleep tokeners out there, go out and go listen to Enlacing by Clipping and tell me that that does not sound like the sleep token guy. You can't. You can't because it sounds like him. Anyways, Enlacing's a really good song. It's very nice. Next album, last album, Dead Channel Sky. The album that they just released a month ago? A month ago? A little bit than a month ago? This record, if you listen to Clipping in chronological order, kind of a turn. This song is a lot more electronic in the way of like dance and EDM. Not so much like noise, which is really cool. And a certain bald-headed music reviewer, that name possibly rhymes with Fanthony Antano, did not like. And I thought that was kind of crazy. I think Dead Channel Sky is the lowest he's rated Clipping so far in their whole discography. I think he gave them a 6 out of 10, a decent to strong 6. Which I think is so crazy because I think Dead Channel Sky is nice. It's a nice, like, one, it's really nice to what the times are right now where a lot of people are doing dance records, but also it's fun because, like, Clipping has been so on the noise and on the experimental of it all, especially coming off of the sister albums Addiction to Blood and Bodies Being Burned, where a lot of it is just noise and just fucking, like, nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Like, There Exists an Addiction to Blood has an 18-minute track at the end called Piano Burning. And do you want to know what it is? Sounds of a piano burning. And that's it. What the fuck are we talking about? So, to go from that very experimental, very narrative, and Dead Channel Sky is still kind of narrative, but very narrative, very world building, very experimental noise album to like a dance record. It's very fun. And even in this album, you still kind of hear the noise, but it's not so heavy. And it's like a nice refresher. The first song I want to talk about, the two songs I'm talking about are singles, and then one of them is like a deep cut kind of. But the first one is Change the Channel. And Change the Channel is like the third track and is what really like propels you into this world of like this chaos, right? So the intro happens, Dominator happens, and Dominator starts so cool. Like it's like this bum 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 like with the synth. And then David Diggs comes in and he goes, "Once again back, it's the incredible." Like it's just like the flow he has is so fun. But Change the Channel is just loud and kind of rock-ish. It's little rockish vibes. But the chorus is just like chaos. The end of the verse leading up to the chorus is chaos because it's someone giving directions on how to like fix the system or whatever. And so he's, oh, did you remember to pull the yellow wire? And then he goes, ah, fuck. And then it goes into the chorus and it's SOS, update the OS. He is DOA. Catch your breath. Where's your vest? Must not be okay. Like it's just like this like immediate push. And there's the last line of the chorus, which is everything is very important. Listen up, everything is very important. Is so critical to the album because this album is very like you'll blink and you'll miss it. And I like that. I like the digging. I like the looking for the little hitting mittens, right? I like that. You may not like that, but I like that. Okay. But Change the Channel, very cool. 2-minute song. I wish it was longer. But I digress. It's very cool. It's nice to have in kind of the starting of the album, right? To kind of push you into this. The next one is Run It. This was the first single off of the album. Great introduction to the album, first of all. But it's just this like simple, like little like head bop dance track. And it's just like very chill. Like Davida's just like, got a bag, got a bitch about a bar. She ain't a cash, catch a motherfucking star. Get your bag, got the world back. Spin around enough so you can get the world back. Pussy in the air, pussy popping on the floor. Like it's very chill. And it's just like a simple little like dance record. And it helps. It just, I think I love it so much because it was the introduction it was the introduction to Dead Channel Sky. Like, it was what was like, here's the look into what we've been doing. And it was just this nice little like dance record. And it came out around the time that like Brat was really having its like peak, and like Brat Summer was really having its peak. And so it just went so well with what was going on at the time. And I think that's partially the reason why it was the first single and why they released it when they did. But like, it's so fun. It's just a little like head bop. Like, that song is one of the more chiller ones that, again, if someone were to be like, okay, give me some of your clipping suggestions, I would give them that song. It's just very, anyone could get into it. Yeah, there's a little bit of noise, but it's enough to where it's like, okay, this is a little Charlie XCX-ish, and then you move on. And it's just back to that really like simple dance groove. The last song I'm going to talk about, another dance one, very, very dance one. In Noah Payton's words, the cuntiest clipping song ever made to date, something like that. It's called Mirror Shades Part 2. No, there's not a Mirror Shades Part 1 before you fucking ask. Mirror Shades Part 2. Very simple. Very, again, just like dance right here. We're just kind of like this. Maybe fist pumping in the club a little bit. And the chorus is just mirror shades. Round here they mirror shades. You cool with that? Mirror shades. Round here you wear your mirror shades. And it's basically just kind of like, we're going out for a night on the town in this like cyberpunk world, and they wear their mirror shades, and you have to wear your mirror shades. You're not cool if you don't wear your mirror shades. You're not respected if you don't wear your mirror shades. And I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just this, like, again, it's very much like a world building song for what this album is, but it's very simple. Again, another chill one that I would recommend to anyone. But also, like, it just kind of gives you like this vibe into this world of like, you have to do this, because if you don't, you're not considered cool. No one will take you serious. No one will care about what you're doing. You have to wear your mirror shades, because that's how they are around here. You cool with that? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just Dead Channel Sky to me, in terms of the story, is so like Brave New World. And I hope that makes sense. Like, it's just so, if you have not read Brave New World yet, then you won't understand. But like, truly, the album is just so Brave New World to me, and I don't know how to explain it, but it just is. So yeah, that is the end of my glazing on clipping. I will glaze them a little bit more. I love clipping so much. I can only talk so much until I get tired. Okay, so I'm a little tired of fucking yapping about clipping, but I do love clipping. I think they are one of the greatest rap acts right now. And I think that they will continue to be, because of how they push with their production, how David is in his rapping and his lyricism and his skill of creating a world and telling a story. Visions of Bodies Being Burned is probably one of my favorite albums released in the 2020s. And I mean that very seriously. And There Exists an Addiction to Blood is one of my favorite albums from the 2010s. Both of those albums, I'm never gonna deal with the Xbox noises going away. I think it's just a staple of this podcast now. But both of those albums are so well done. Dead Channel Sky is so well done. Their self-titled album, while it is rough around the edges because it is their first major release, she's a little rough in production, a little bit, and a little rough in mixing in some songs, but it has charm, and it's insane for a first album. They're visionaries. They're wonderful. I love them so much. Songs of the week. I forgot to do this last episode and some episodes before that. I'm so sorry. Songs of the week are songs that I talked about: Story 2, Enlacing, and Blood of the Fang. Please, if you're going to listen to any songs that I talked about, listen to those 3 because those are the songs of the week. Do you not care about my songs of the week? Should I make a Spotify playlist for the songs of the week? I should do that, huh? Let me know in the comments down below if I should do that. Which, by the way, leave a comment. That helps us so much. Leave a comment. Rate us 5 stars anywhere you listen to us. If you're listening to us and you don't follow this podcast yet, please go ahead and follow the podcast. Download the episode. Downloads apparently help you. I just learned that from Leo Skeppy, and I don't know if it's true, but we're going to find out together. So, download the episode. I hope you appreciated my absolute rant that I just went on about clipping. They're my faves. Stay safe. Don't die. DJ's Daze. Clipping. Forever. And that's that on that. Wow, that's almost an hour-long recording. Whoo! I said that this episode might have been almost an hour. That's crazy.